Hello everybody, this is Mr. Robin. Welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25 as another season is upon us. The 2029 college football season kicks off right here in North Carolina between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the North Carolina Tar Heels. The Carolina rivalry up for another matchup as these two teams look to do battle. These two teams met at the beginning of last year and did not go the way of the Gamecocks. They had big aspirations. They weren't able to do anything. They lost the game, and they fell to 7-6 last year. And a lot of people pinpoint that game as the turning point. So we'll see if revenge is on their mind as we are underway. Hope you guys are ready for this one. If you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. There's the score from last year. The Tar Heels won 38-21. But a new era is aboard in the Gamecocks. Shaquille Brock, the redshirt freshman underneath center. And he will get the start today. He is the quarterback right now in Columbia. The Columbia native, 4-star from Irmo High School, just a couple miles northwest of the campus, as he will get the Gamecocks rolling to start off today. And they've got a first down. It's been a lot of Wade Man. Here's the first pass on 2nd and 8, and it's caught for a gain of 7 to Amari Allgaier. 3rd and 1, they hand it off to Man. Expect to see a lot of Man, the two-time lead rusher in the NCAA the past 2 seasons. Montesoro checks in on first down. He gets 1, and quickly Man is back into the game. He gets the carry up the middle, and he fights for 5. And it's going to be a 3rd down again for the Gamecocks. In the gun, Brock takes the snap, looks, fires as Otis McNitt across the middle for a first down. McNitt stepping into the starting tight end spot after Jason Beckett's graduation. He moves the change to the 35. Next play, Brock tries to set up a screen for Gallegos, and it's read to perfection. That's the junior Dante Theis with a nice play. Makes it now 2nd and 12. Handoff to Wade Man up the middle, and he gets 5, and it's going to be 3rd and long again for the Gamecocks. The motion Gallegos closer into the formation. It's a screen for Man, who has blockers out in front, and he's going to have the first down. Nice call there, but the Gamecocks brought up to 22 yards passing to start today. Soro checks in on first down, gets his second carry with a nice cutback lane. He's got some space, and Soro finds the end zone for a touchdown, but it's not going to count. Holding against Ari Bighill. We saw him struggle with this last year. 4 holds in the bowl game last season. He's got 1 here today. So instead of a touchdown, it's 1st and 20. Man gets 1 on first down. 2nd 19, right back to him. A little bit more here, but it's quickly 3rd and 11 for the Gamecocks. We'll see what they can dial up here on offense. Brock to throw. As he steps up, just checks it down, loses a yard. And the Gamecocks will attempt a 42-yard field goal. This is Marquise Atogwe, the junior kicker, who was 80% last year. From right hash, it's up, and it is good. And the Gamecocks are on the board first, as it's 3-0 as the North Carolina Tar Heel offense will take the field. Coming off a 9-win season last year, they have a good offensive line anchored by Conrad Little and record breaker Al Demerit at wide receiver. But it's the senior impact quarterback Mitchell Robinson under center, coming off a 40-touchdown season, who hands it off on the first play for a gain of 2, and they went right side, right behind Little. 2nd and 8 now. Takes the snap as Robinson. He rolls to his right, and Cottrell's going to sack him. He loses the football and is picked up by the Gamecocks. Caleb Cottrell with the sack fumble, and South Carolina set up nicely after Greg Bodden recovers it. But quickly the Gamecocks are now 3rd down. 3rd and 6 from the 17. Across the middle, Brock finds Gallegos. Freshman to freshman. Shaquille Brock to Juan Gallegos. And the Gamecocks lead 10-0. A hot start for the Chickens, as now North Carolina has to go back to the drawing board down by 10. 1st and 10 here from the 35. This one's incomplete. Again, pressure on Robinson. 2nd and 10 now from the pistol. Robinson looks deep right side. He's got a man behind the defense. This is Alec Vanderhorst, and he's going to go 65 yards for the touchdown. We saw the deep ball be a problem for the Gamecocks defense last year, and already they gave up a deep ball here. Sonny Gallen, the culprit, and it's 10-7, just like that at the end of the first quarter. Both quarterbacks look good in very different ways of doing it. This is only a 3-point lead for South Carolina. They take over the second quarter, 2nd and 11. It's incomplete. They quickly face 3rd and long here. That's the first incompletion of the day for Shaquille Brock. Empty here. Tar Heels bring pressure. Brock rolls to his right. Fires. Has McNitt. A great throw by Shaquille Brock. Under some pressure. That's a big-time play. Moves the chains now. They hand it off to Man on the ground, who only gets 2. It's been a tough start for him. Only 11 for 43. 2nd and 8 now. Brock takes a snap. Short for McNitt. Another gain of 2, and it makes it now 3rd and 6. Brock takes a snap. Rolls to his right. Stops. Looks downfield. Just gets rid of it. It's incomplete. The Gamecocks will set up for another field goal here, this time from 47. Togway already hit from 42 earlier. Same right hash spot, and he will drill this one as well. The Gamecocks extend their lead. Now it's 13-7. Next possession here for North Carolina at their own 44. They bring a man in motion. They go play fake. Robinson across the middle has Al Demarant. It's a big play. Demarant with a huge gain. Coming off a record-breaking season, he set school records in receiving yards and touchdowns. And he's got the Tar Heels out to the 15. Next play is a handoff for Theo McAdams, who gains 5 on the right side. Now inside the 10. Pitch play, and nice job on the outside to not allow that one to get out. That's the freshman Raheem Laborn with a nice tackle. And now it's 3rd and 5 for the Tar Heels. Robinson to throw. Faces some pressure. Dumps it out of bounds, and they'll just kick 3. Gamecocks lead now back to 3. It's 13-10 as they take over on their next possession. It's a play fake here. Brock rolls to his left, fires across his body, and has Ari Ogar with a big play. Catch and run out to the 21. Brock has looked electric to begin today's game. He has been on point. Now to the 21. They hand it off for Monty Soro, who cuts it. Nice vision. He picks up 6 for the senior halfback. Man back in on 2nd down from the 15. Brock to throw. Steps up immediately. Tucks it. Runs. Not very mobile, but can get it done. As he gets down at the 2, it's now goal to go. They hand it off for Man, right side, and he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal now. Taking a signal from the sidelines. Changes some things up. They want the bootleg again. Brock rolls to his left. This time everybody's covered, and he does the wise job of throwing it out of bounds. And now it's 3rd and goal. From the 2, Brock to throw again. Rolls to his right outside the pocket, and he dumps it for Allgaier, who has it for a touchdown. Great drive for the Gamecocks as they extend their lead. Amari Allgaier with his first touchdown of the season, and it's now 20-10. Next drive for the Tar Heels from their own 43. This one somehow incomplete as Robinson avoids the sack. 2nd and 10, handoff for McAdams. Gains maybe 1. Good tackle. And now it's 3rd and 9 for the Tar Heels. Robinson to throw. Looks across the middle. This one's short, and it's actually dropped. So North Carolina will have to punt it as the junior Telvin Elling will punt it away. As this one's back for Saban, and it's actually bobbled and picked up by North Carolina. South Carolina, Everett was just backing up, didn't realize where he was, and it hits him, and it results in a Tar Heels recovery of the fumble, so they get a big break there. But they start off the next drive with a sack as Caleb Cottrell gets his 2nd of the day. Now it's 3rd and 20. Robinson wants the deep ball for Demarant, but Malik Asante will not get free. And that'll take us to the end of the half. The Gamecocks take a 20-13 lead into the intermission. A good game here. Shaquille Brock has looked awesome. Amari Allgaier off to a great start this season after a disappointing junior campaign. And hopefully the Gamecocks can continue this play in the second half. We get into the second half of this one. North Carolina trailing by a touchdown as they begin at their own 15-yard line. They pick up 3 on the first play off Theo McAdams, who's had a good day today. 10 for 48 on the ground. He gets his 11th carry here and picks up a first down. 11 now for 58 after a 10-yard run. Next play in the gun. Robinson going to hand it off again. McAdams gets 3 straight carries. This time gets a little bit more bottled up. Picks up 3, making it 2nd and 7. They actually hurry back to the line, and they hand it off again. And McAdams tries to get outside, can't. This makes it a 3rd and 5. And North Carolina will continue to try to push the pace. Robinson looks left side, and he gets intercepted. Picked off by Malik Asante, the only senior corner on this roster. The only guy who came into this game with experience at corner as he gets his 2nd career interception. That'll set South Carolina up nicely at the 44. Brock to throw, coming out of the half, throws short for Kennedy, who gets a great block on the outside, and that picks up a nice first down. Brian Kennedy, another senior tight end. He'll be the tight end number 2 this season. Gets us out to the 42 as the next play is a quick strike to Allgaier, having himself Probably the best game of his career. He gets 9.5. Second and inches. Man gets the handoff. Nice space there with the first down run out to the 26. He was bottled up in the first half. Only 50 yards rushing thus far. As on the next play, he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 now. They go back to man for the third straight time. And again, no space. Good job by North Carolina Tar Heels front to make it 3rd and 9. And this time they'll come out empty. Brock takes the snap. Look, steps up, trying to run with it. He puts it on the ground. Thankfully, it's picked up at the line. Wrong play with the force. But South Carolina will kick 3. And they go back up by 2 scores. 23-13 now. This is a nice run right side. Unfortunately, it will not count. It looks like Alex Vanderdoes, the Virginia transfer, will be called back for the penalty. Makes it 1st and 15. They brought it back to 3rd and 4 now as Robinson makes an adjustment. Here comes an empty man. It's almost intercepted. That was Eskridge who got his hands on that. Playing some corner now after moving over from safety in the spring. Next drive for the Gamecocks in their own 48. Brock off his back foot almost hits a cutting receiver. 20 for 27, 201 for Brock today with a pair of touchdowns. But now it's 3rd and 8. Needs a conversion here. And he takes a sack as he goes down with a slew of Tar Heels in the backfield. North Carolina ball. They've gotten out to the 44 with about 5 minutes to go in the third. There's a handoff for McAdams with a nice burst of speed. Picks up 4. 2nd and 6 now at McAdams again. He gets a good crease, and McAdams is running well. He had no carries going into this game, and he's showing out in his first game in a Tar Heel uniform. 1st and 10, this one's incomplete. Sonny Gallen, the North Carolina native, with the pass deflection. He gave up the big play earlier, though, in the first quarter. 2nd and 10, back to the air. Robinson's picked off again. Harold Perkins with it. A pick for the linebacker who had 117 tackles last year with the Gamecocks. He gets his hands on his first career INT. So now South Carolina back with it at their own 45. This is a deep ball, and it's off the hands of Gallegos. That would have been 6. Instead, it's 2nd down. Next play, I don't know what that was. That one's incomplete. I guess we won't talk about that. This is now 3rd and 10. Brock back to the air. In the pocket, looks down the sideline. He's got McNitt with a nice grab to the 27. Beautiful throw by Brock. Great hands by McNitt. And it's good to have the receiving aspect back at the tight end position. As on 1st and 10, there's a nice pickup of 5 for Wade Mann. Out to 58 yards rushing now. Gets the next carry, and he'll get out past the 60 marker. Makes it 3rd and 2. They go with him again, and he's going to be bottled up short of the 1st down marker. South Carolina will kick the 3, and it's going to be 26-13 going into the final quarter. South Carolina has doubled North Carolina's score. They are a quarter away from getting revenge from last season, but they got to hold the Tar Heels, who've been much better on the grounds. Speaking of the ground, this time Mitchell Robinson's going to keep it himself, and he's got a crease, and Robinson with a nice carry on the quarterback keeper gets out to the 45. The pistol next play, it's a handoff to McAdams, and he's spun down after a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now, spreading out the defense. Robinson to the air, looks quickly across the middle. This one's caught. That's Vanderdoes, the Virginia transfer again. 3 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown for him. He had 11 touchdowns with the Cavaliers last season. As the next play is going to be a loss, as McAdams is wrapped up by Torrey Perkins in the backfield. That's what he did best last season. Now 3rd and 4 for North Carolina. Robinson looks, wants the deep ball, and it's knocked away. Good defense downfield. And with 4th and 4 and down by 13, the Tar Heels are going to go for it. Offense back up on the field. 4 receiver set. And the gun takes the snap as Robinson looks short, just guarantees the 1st down. That will move the chains. Keeps the drive alive. To the 31. This time a handoff. McAdams is met by Perkins and somehow gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tough running for a gain of nothing as it's now 2nd and 10. Robinson takes the snap, looks towards the sideline. This one's caught. Nice grab by the tight end, Damian Moe, who had 33 grabs last year for 419 yards and 2 touchdowns. Red zone trip here for the Tar Heels. 1st and 10. Short pass this behind the line of scrimmage for McAdams. It's a loss of 5. Great play by Eskridge, who again has never played corner before this game. Now 3rd and 15. Robinson just looks short, dumps it off for Moe. It's going to be 4 yards shy, and now they'll just take the 3. So it's 26-16. South Carolina back with the footballs. They've crossed midfield, but that's a loss of 2 for Montesoro. Fernando Benavidez in the backfield. Now 3rd and 1. Toss play for Algier, but he won't get there. Great job by Kiki Pakulak on the outside to stop that one. That'll set South Carolina up for a 55-yard field goal try from right hash. And Atogwe will doink it off the upright. No good. So North Carolina will take over with about 3.5 to play. Down by 10. Quickly, though, they get to a 3rd and 1. Robinson drops back. Fires incomplete. Great coverage by Gallen. And again, 4th down. And the Tar Heels will go for it. He had a touchdown in 3 here. Only 3 minutes to go. They come out with a speed option. They flip it to McAdams, and he will get the 1st down, but this play's not going to count. Holding downfield will cost them a 1st down. They're going to get Quan Lamar with it. So now 4th and 11. They'll have to do it again. Robinson up the seam, connects, and that's Mo with a 1st down. Those are the kind of plays you can't allow to happen. The drive stays alive. North Carolina hurries to the line. As the next play will be a short connection back to Mo. Picks up 3. Now empty here on 2nd down. Robinson looks short. This one caught. Close to the marker. Not a 1st down. Clock will continue to run. It's 3rd and inches. Empty as Robinson looks downfield for the end zone. He's got his man. That's Al Demarant with the touchdown. Talked about he had 16, a school record last year. He's got his 1st this season. And now North Carolina's within 3 at the 2-minute warning. South Carolina, can they put this game away? We saw them struggle to do that last season, and they came back to bite it a couple times. They pick up 1 1st down there. Now they just need 1 more. 1st and 10, man will be quickly wrapped up. There's timeout number 2. 2nd and 10, man gets a little bit more space, maybe 4, and now it's 3rd down. North Carolina calls their last timeout. We'll see what South Carolina does. They will go to the air here. It's a screen for man. He's got a blocker in front. He has the 1st down. He will go down, and that will do it. South Carolina will win this game by a final score of 26-23. This time getting some revenge from last year as we go into Chapel Hill and win our 22nd time beating North Carolina in school history. And we get to start this season 1-0. Player of the game is Shaquille Brock. What a debut for him. 72% completion, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns for the redshirt freshman. As despite a good effort from North Carolina, they couldn't get it done in the end. South Carolina holds on. They're able to get victorious. Good job overall. The offense looked really good. Brock was great. And what impressed me the most from him this game was his ability to throw the ball on the run. He was comfortable outside the pocket. He is an improviser after all. Run game was a little bit disappointing. Yes, man went over 100, but it wasn't easy. And the defense did give up a couple of big plays. We'd just like to see those minimized as much as possible. Let's take a look around the country. Week 1, Notre Dame goes down to Bama. So number 3 Notre Dame loses in week 0 and week 1 to Navy and Alabama respectively. Horrible start for there. Auburn beats Miami in the game of the week. Good job for the Tigers. And Georgia, the defending champs, puts up 52 against Cal on the road. Great job. Bulldogs in the rematch of the Big 12 Championship. Utah beats Kansas. Other big Week 1 games. Texas takes care of Pittsburgh on the road. And we see a Western Kentucky double at UMass. Hilltoppers were a Group of 5 powerhouse last season. Missouri goes into Colorado and wins 33-28. Virginia knocks off Wake Forest in their ACC opener and the AAC opener. Temple doubles up UTSA. Nebraska takes care of Charlotte on the road. Hawaii puts up 41 against New Mexico State. In a shootout, Virginia Tech squeaks by Liberty by 2 points. Michigan over Western Michigan. And we see Toledo upset Maryland. Maybe the Rockets are for real this season. Big win over the Terps. Oklahoma escapes with a victory against San Diego State. And UConn beats Purdue on the road. Arkansas takes care of Tulsa. They move it to number 7 in the rankings. And Ole Miss joins the rankings by beating South Alabama on the road. Iowa State in a close one knocks off UAB. Ohio State over in Nevada. We see Texas State get their first win of the season over Army, who starts off 0-2. Miami, Ohio over Marshall. And then we see in the game of the week it was Auburn who beat Miami 23-14. Miami will fall to number 12, and Auburn stays at number 1. Bama, we saw, knocked off Notre Dame. Mississippi State gets a nice victory over a Group of 4 team in Illinois. Power 4, I should say. Eastern Michigan over San Jose State. Texas A&M wins an SEC battle, ACC clash. We see Tennessee drop their opening game against Washington. The Huskies now up to number 4. Florida doesn't start off winless this year. They beat Oklahoma State 40-23. Penn State blanks Jacksonville State, and we see Boston College over Utah State. Kentucky knocks off Georgia Southern. Tulane gets a victory over LSU, proving to be the team to beat in Louisiana. Good win for the Green Wave. Appalachian State, we'll see this week, destroys Duke. I told you, Appalachian State's the best Sun-Belt team in my opinion. SMU over Arizona State. UCLA knocks off Coastal Carolina. South Florida in a close one gets a nice conference victory over Navy, who was riding high after the Notre Dame win. Oregon over BYU. NC State strong against Vanderbilt. Utah wins the Big 12 rematch from last year, 28-24. Memphis with a nice score against FIU, 34-7. UNLV beats UTEP by a touchdown. New Mexico knocks off Arkansas State, 21-15. Iowa beats Bowling Green by a score. And we see then in the next game, a close one, but Washington State ekes by James Madison. Louisiana Tech wins their Conference USA opener against Kennesaw State. Cincinnati beats Boise State. North Texas slaughters Baylor. Mean Green looking to get back to the playoffs this season. Kansas State over Florida State. The Seminoles just can continue not to be able to put it together. Georgia knocks off Cal. We knocked off North Carolina. And Stanford closes against Fresno State. Here are your players of the week. Ron Clay, despite the loss, had a good performance. And then Jalen Nagurski with 11 catches, 223 yards, and 40 touchdowns for the Trojans win. Gabe Hale gets offensive for Georgia, replacing Ryan Puglisi with a nice performance. And Terrell McNabb with an insane defensive stat line for Oklahoma. Here's a look at your rankings. The only team that really drops is Miami because they lost to Auburn, but they only fall to number 12. In my opinion, I think that's a little bit too steep for the Hurricanes. They're still a really incredible team. As a couple of new teams join in Syracuse, Oregon State, and Ole Miss into the top 25. As far as your top games in week number 2, we'll see Virginia host Kansas in a ranked clash. The Jayhawks looking to get back in the win column. Wisconsin goes to Eugene to face Oregon. At number 1, Auburn will host Middle Tennessee State. Number 5, NC State will go to Tampa to face a tough South Florida Bull squad. As far as your South Carolina Gamecocks, they'll have their home opener next week as they play host to Appalachian State. And even though they are a group of 5 team, I have talked about how good Appalachian State is. They are no sleeper. I'm not trying to say they're better than us. We are definitely a better team than Appalachian State, but in my opinion, they are the best team in the Sun Belt Conference, and I think they have a chance to make some noise this year. So this is not a game that you can sleep on. We have beat Appalachian State once in the past underneath Coach Rob's tenure, and we'd like to make it 2-0 with a win in week number 2. Not only be 2-0 against Appalachian State, we'll be 2-0 to start the season. But thank you guys so much for watching. No loss in week 1 this year. We take down the Tar Heels, and hopefully we can continue that momentum against another North Carolina team next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.